tell me, what is typical about Telugu cinema is that, which the world knows, is that it's there's a film fraternity. They're film families, huge film families, right? And most of them also own the banners, and they are the producers, right? So is it very difficult for a newcomer to cut into this world if you really don't have a connection with any family or fraternity? Or how does one navigate into the industry without having any such connections?
It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult. కానీ ఒకటైతే చెప్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాను, మనం ఆడిషన్లు చేసేటప్పుడు ఆఫీస్ చుట్టూ తిరిగేటప్పుడే లైఫ్ చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. యాక్చువల్గా ఆడిషన్ల కోసం తిరగడం, ఆఫీసుల చుట్టూ ఆల్బమ్లు పట్టుకొని మన పోర్ట్ఫోలియో పట్టుకు తిరగడం కష్టాలని అప్పుడు మేము ఫీల్ అయిపోతుంటాం. కానీ ఒక్కసారి మనం సెలెక్ట్ అయిపోతాం కదా, అక్కడి నుంచి అసలు కష్టం మొదలవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే నేను ఆడిషన్ చేసినంతకాలం నాకు ఆపర్చునిటీ దొరికిందన్న సంతోషమే ఉంది. ఆడిషన్ దొరికాక, మనకు ఒక సో కాల్డ్ ఫస్ట్ బ్రేక్ త్రూ దొరికాక, మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే మన చాయిస్, మనం కథ ఎంచుకుంటాం. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎస్ చెప్తేనే కథ జరుగుద్ది, అట్లీస్ట్ మనతో జరుగుద్ది. నో చెప్తే జరగదు. సో అది చాలా పెద్ద రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ. అండ్ అందరికీ కష్టమే, ఎవరికి తక్కువ కష్టం కాదు, ఎవరికి ఎక్కువ కష్టం కాదు. బట్ నిజమైన కష్టం మాత్రం సెలెక్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, అదైతే గ్యారంటీగా చెప్పగలను.
సో కథల గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటే, మీరు కథలు ఎట్లా సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తారు? లైక్ హౌ డూ యూ గో అబౌట్, all of you can answer that question. How do you go about choosing the story, and how do you know that this is a story that I want to be part of and this will surely resonate with my audience and Telugu audience?
My process is not very complicated or technical andi. నేను ఒక ఆడియన్స్ లాగా ఈ సినిమా చూస్తే నాకు నచ్చుతుందా, నేను ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తానా, done, I'm doing it. Of course you will have other parameters as well, but that is my most important thing to step into a film, because if I can't relate, if the character is good or bad, no matter what, if I can't relate or resonate with whatever I'm doing or with the film story for that matter, I think there's no point kada. I mean, so that's how I pick my stories, and it's very simple for me. Whatever I like, whatever I resonate, whatever I feel like, okay, if I do this, I will enjoy it. If I am enjoying it, definitely even the audience might enjoy it. There are high chances of that. So that's how I pick it, and I keep it very simple that way. Only then I dive into the other aspects of the film, but this is my go-to thing.
For me, like Gouri said, it's crucial. Of course, you like the story and you think theatre lo release అయినప్పుడు మనం చూస్తుంటే అది నచ్చుతుందా, కెన్ వి గేజ్ ద సక్సెస్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. ఆన్ ది అదర్ హ్యాండ్, ఐ ఆల్సో ఫీల్ లైక్ నో వన్ కెన్ గేజ్ సక్సెస్. హౌ బిగ్ ఇస్ ఇట్ గోన్ బీ, హౌ ఇస్ ఇట్ గోన్ బీ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ ఆర్ నాట్ అనేది, ఎందుకంటే సినిమా అనేది చాలా సబ్జెక్టివ్. వెన్ వీ ఆల్ ఆర్ వాచింగ్ ట్రైలర్స్, వీ ఆల్ హ్యావ్ అ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఒపీనియన్. మనం అంతా ట్రైలర్స్ కూర్చొని డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. ఇండస్ట్రీలో అయితే చాలా డిస్కస్ అయ్యాయి. ట్రైలర్ వచ్చినప్పుడు, అరే ఇది నీకు ఎట్లా నచ్చిందిరా, వర్క్ అవుతుందా కాదా అనేది డిస్కషన్ నడుస్తుంటుంది. ప్రతి ఒక్కరి పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ ఒక రూమ్లో ప్రతి ఒక్కరిది డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటుంది. బికాజ్ వీ హ్యావ్ అవర్ ఓన్ సెన్సిబిలిటీస్, వీ హ్యావ్ అవర్ ఓన్ లైకింగ్ ఆఫ్ సినిమా, ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ ఇన్ జనరల్, కల్చర్. వీ లైక్ సర్టన్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫిల్మ్స్ వర్సెస్ వీ డోంట్ లైక్ సర్టన్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫిల్మ్స్. కానీ మనది ఏంటంటే పర్సంటేజెస్ గేమ్ ఆడాలి. ఇప్పుడు సినిమా వినేటప్పుడు ఎంతమందికి నచ్చుతుంది అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. ఇంకోటి, something crucial for me is the director, because I feel like cinema is not a hero's medium at all. It is the director's medium. Director controls every little thing. If you're sitting in the audience theatre lo annappudu, every emotion, that evocation of a emotion that's happening, if you're crying, if you're laughing, if you're feeling tense, is controlled by the director, not because an actor is doing something. So
the temples should be built for directors and not actors.
Yeah.
The huge hoardings, the temples.
Yeah, but we worship heroes, that's completely different, but we also worship directors now, like you see Sukumar sir, Rajmouli sir, across industries also, right? The Lokesh Kanagarajas versus Sanjay Leela Bansalis, they are worshipped as big as heroes as well. Kani మనం వీ హ్యావ్ దిస్ కల్చర్ ఆఫ్ నరేషన్స్ కదా, కూర్చొని నరేషన్స్ వింటాం. అది నాకు తెలిసి వేరే కంట్రీస్లో ఉండదు అనుకుంటా. ఈ నరేషన్ కల్చర్ వచ్చి కూర్చొని ఓ 3 గంటలు 4 గంటలు నరేషన్ ఇస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఐ థింక్ దట్ ఈస్ స్పెషల్ ఫర్ అవర్ ఇండస్ట్రీ, బికాస్ యూ కెన్ గేజ్ ద టాలెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద డైరెక్టర్ రైట్ దేర్, హిస్ స్టోరీ టెల్లింగ్ కేపబిలిటీస్, హౌ passionate he is about the film. I'm looking to work with the best directors. Will I love working with this person? Will I enjoy my time on sets with this person? సక్సెస్ అనేది ఇంకా ఆడియన్సే చూసుకుంటారు, దాని తర్వాత మన చేతిలో ఏం లేదు అని.
Having said that, do you have like any ideal director that you would definitely want to work with, like regardless of what is the story and what is going to be the end result of it, that this is one person I really want to work with? All three of you can answer this question.
Oh my God, I'm afraid to answer this question because I'm going to say this with utmost modesty. Not anymore. I'm not excited by names anymore. I worked with such wonderful people. I've had great experiences. But it's from those wonderful people I've learned that it's the content that matters and it's the storytelling that matters. So I think I want to tell bigger and better stories. I want to be part of bigger and better stories. But quite honestly, I don't have any names anymore.
Well said. Gauri?
I think it applies for all the three of us. I think even Anand also will agree with me. But here I think we have this saying, content is the hero. I think wherever we go, we keep hearing this content is the hero. So I always believe in good stories, of course, in good people as well. But if you ask me to say one name, I definitely don't think I can say one because there are so many good directors, and why would I pick one? Like, we have a buffet of people who are good at their own way of storytelling, so I just can't go with one. Yeah.
Before I answer that, I just also want to gauge the audience. How many of you are aspiring filmmakers here? ఎంతమంది దీంట్లో?
Maximum audience.
Maximum audience. How many of you directors? And you all are pursuing it? Like, with a thumbs up, tell me if you all are pursuing it or just like aspiring and dreaming of it. Okay. And any actors, aspiring actors? Okay, lovely. At least we are speaking to you guys, okay? We are not like narcissistically just boasting about ourselves. We were asked to be here so that we can sort of like, you see yourself in us in some way. I came with some sort of help, with some background. She came with a very different background. She had to strive, play the game of snakes and ladders to get here, as well as Santosh. So, coming to your question, when it comes to directors, I asked that question to the audience also because I'm working mostly with debut directors. I've done 5 films, and 4 of them have been debut directors. And the next 3 films are also all debut directors. I'm only going to repeat my director in my 7th or 8th film. So there are many people, I'm sure Santosh and Gouri with Lover also, you worked with a very debut director. So we all are always seeking out for new vision, new kind of filmmakers. I'm always seeking out for listening to new stories and everything. So there's always the opportunity. It's not about names anymore, because I know that the big directors are also looking at the younger guys and saying, dude, how did you do that? Even Sukumar sir, for example, if I name probably becomes more interesting, because Sukumar sir put this massive post about Baby, appreciating the writing in it. Of course, he was talking about like the music, the acting, everything. He was talking about the writing and how it pushed him in many ways. Even though he's made like the biggest blockbuster 2 years back with Pushpa, and he's making Pushpa 2 now, he's like, this changes some things for me. I want to write certain scenes like this. I'm sure like many other filmmakers are looking at films. I'm just taking my film for example. See what Sandeep Reddy Vanga did. Arjun Reddy, Kabir Singh, Animal. He's just taken so much attention to how he's doing the craft. Of course, the conversation is so much around like the politics of the cinema, but then how he writes scenes has pushed so many other filmmakers to say, damn, we want to write like that. We want to write characters who push you off your seats and say, make you think, right? So as actors now, and with this new wave of cinema, with audience trying to watch everything, every kind of cinema is pushing the boundaries. Like Malayalam cinema is doing what they do, especially this year. Tamil cinema is doing amazing, and I think Telugu cinema is killing it since a long time, of course. So I think there's always new opportunities for new filmmakers, and actors should never restrict themselves to the success of the previous film that the director did.